G'day, today is the 10th of January 2023 and we are going to try grow some interesting fruits and vegetables in the Pietermaritzburg climate today. We'll start the seeds at least. We're going to try Peruvian apple, which is Cereus rependus, red dragon fruit. We're going to plant a fig plant. And what's this one? A passion fruit vine or granadilla, Marula, and Roselle hibiscus, which you can actually make a tea out of. A red Roselle hibiscus. Okay, so Peruvian apple is, you plant it in, you sow it in summer or spring, which is our summer, which is January at the moment. 70 centimeters to 1 meter apart. I'm only planting one, so I don't have to follow that. Germination 1 to 4 weeks, between 20 degrees and 35 degrees. It's averaging on 31 degrees currently per day, so that's not too bad. Time to harvest is 4 to 5 years, so I'm going to start it in a baby pot. I've already labeled it with the dates, and let's hope, well, I hope it doesn't take 4 to 5 years, but it just might. So what I'm growing it in is the little pot, and grow more potting or seedling mix. So it's nicely finely sifted. Let me plant the seed or take the seed out and show you. Give me a second. Okay, so there's our packets with the little seeds. They are remarkably tiny, teeny tiny. I'm going to dig a tiny little hole, put it in, knock it over, cover it nicely, pat it down so it's nice and dark and in contact with the potting mix. And that's it. There's the Peruvian apple planted. Okay, let's put that aside. I'll water it in nicely just now. Our dragon fruit, let's see. Grown instructions for the dragon fruit. It's sowed in spring. Oh, so I'm a bit late. Because spring was September to about October, November, December. So yes, I'm a bit late, but let's hope it grows. Spacing 3 meters to 4 meters apart. I'm only growing one, so it should be fine in my teeny tiny pot for now. Germination takes 1 to 5 weeks, between 21 and 29 degrees. Oh gosh, it's a bit hot. We're averaging on 39 degrees, but let's hope. And it takes 7 to 8 years to harvest. That's crazy stuff. Let me get it in the ground or get the seed out and show you and put it to bed. Hold on. Okay, so here's our little dragon fruit seeds. They are even tinier than the Peruvian apple. They are teeny tiny. I've tucked one into bed already and I've patted him down well. And let's hope he grows. The next one we're growing is a fig. Or planting. You sow it in summer and spring. I'm only planting one, so I don't have to read the spacing guidelines. 20 to 30 degrees. It's a little bit over. We're averaging on 31 at the moment. So, and germinations between 14 and 60 days, and harvest after 3 years. Let me get that out. Okay, so there's our teeny tiny little fig seeds. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the dragon fruit. No, plopped it into the soil, pat it down nicely. I see a little earthworm wriggling around. Pop him in as well. Hey, come on. Here you go, little guy. I will water it in just now, and my little worm will keep the soil nice and moved around. And hello, guy. Yeah, so the earthworms crawl throughout the soil and aerate it a bit and tickle the roots. So, and they provide the additional benefits of all micronutrients in their worm tea. So welcome to the garden, little guy. Hope you stay many years. Let's see what we're planting next. Okay, next up to be planted we have passion fruit. Let's hope it grows a bit faster than my other three that I planted. Sowed in spring to summer. Ooh, spacing 1 meter, about 1 meter. We're only planting one, that's fine. 20 to 25 degrees. I hope you do not fry. So I'll have to keep it in a cooler spot, maybe a more shady spot than some of the others, because we're averaging on 31, as I mentioned, degrees centigrade. Days to harvest 70 to 110. Okay, the seeds are quite pretty. They're pretty large too. Got one in my hand. I dig a little hole in the pot. Bed it down nicely and tighty. And there we go. That's our granadilla planted. Next, we have the Marula. I've got a bigger pot for this. The soil I've chose is more of a, it was in the garden already when we got here. It is a compost mixed with bright charcoal. Well, used charcoal. So the charcoal is quite porous, and it keeps nutrients and all that stuff in. So when I put some worm tea in with it, it's going to make it definitely more absorbable for, okay, it's going to be, make it so the plants can absorb the nutrients better. How's that? Okay, so Marula, we sow it in spring to summer. I'm only putting one in. I love Marulas. They've become a beautiful big tree. Germination 30 to 90 days. Also temperature 15 to 25 degrees. So yes, it is very hot here. I'm going to have to put it in a shadier spot. And harvest time 3 to 5 years. For a tree, I don't think that's too bad. Let me just pause it and take a seed out. Okay, so the Marula seed is quite a funny looking thing. It looks almost like a bit of charcoal-ish. Doesn't smell like anything. Okay, so I'm going to dig a little hole. How deep I usually bury it is a seed and a half. So if you can plant a seed and another and a half, that's about the usual depth we bury it. Okay, now one that I'm very excited about. Let's plant the Roselle red hibiscus. It actually, you make a tea from the calyxes, and it's got a very beautiful, crunchy, tartish flavor. Okay, you usually plant these about 100 centimeters deep, which is 10 centimeters. 17 degrees is the average, so it usually grows quite, starts sprouting in quite cool temperature. Sprouts within 7 to 10 days. You can plant it between January, February, March, April and May. Harvest in 40 to 50 days, I hope. 100 plus, I'm not sure what that is, but let's have a look. It is a type of hibiscus. Let's pause it and take out the seed and have a look. Okay, so the seed is quite a chunky little thing. I don't know if we can get it better. It's not too small. It's not, stick my finger down about 10 centimeters. Plop it in and bed it down. Okay. Then we will just water them nicely. Also planting this in well-aged compost or potting soil with a little bit of charcoal mixed in. Okay, next video will be the updates on how they're growing. Bye.